Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw This Time. It is going to be on Killers of the Flower Moon. This film is directed by the king of cinema himself, Martin Scorsese. Anything with his name on it, I immediately anticipate. Because I don't know about you, but when I think of greatest directors of all time, or one of the greatest directors of all time, I immediately think of Martin Scorsese. Even if you don't like the guy, you cannot deny that he manages to put a lot of effort into his movies. So, needless to say, he will be here till, he decides to end his career, which I hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. But anyways, in Killers of the Flower Moon, we follow Leonardo DiCaprio, who plays Ernest, who marries a native woman, and multiple people in her family have been killed. And throughout the film, people investigate exactly what is going on, what is happening when it comes to the murders, and who exactly the killer is, though we, as the audience, pretty much know who exactly the killer is, which I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Don't expect this to be like a murder mystery or anything like that, because it's not. It's more of a crime thriller, because, it's not like, something like Murder on the Orient Express where people are gathered to... Yeah, I'm saying it like it's a murder mystery, but it isn't, because, yeah, it's actually like kind of in a Western Native American setting. It's set in Oklahoma, and this is based off a book. It's over 3 hours long, so that might take some people out of the immersion because, overly long movies aren't everyone's cup of tea. But then again, there have been some really successful 3 hour long films. Lord of the Rings, Titanic, even Avatar Way of Water, even though it didn't make quite as much as the first movie, it still managed to gross more than enough to call it a success. But still, I've watched The Irishman multiple times, and it was my favorite movie of 2019. And that movie, to me, still never felt like over 3 hours long, because I do complain a lot when it comes to runtimes in films. But I feel like there can definitely be films that truly earn its runtime if what is on screen is fully necessary. Like, there are movies that I don't really feel like earn its runtime so often, even films that are like a little less than 2 hours long. But when it comes to Martin Scorsese, I feel like he knows exactly what to do when he puts this type of stuff into his films. Like, as long as the man is like, you know what, yes, this definitely needs to be in the movie. As long as he knows what exactly to put into the movie and never make it feel like it's filler or completely unnecessary, then it's completely okay. And I feel like that's exactly what he does here. He has crafted another cinematic achievement in his film career. And with this film, he manages to just go all out. And it's not like, another gangster film or anything like that. Like, there's nothing involving the mafia or anything like that. Like I said, this is set in a different American-like setting. It's set in Oklahoma, it's set in America, but it's a lot more different than what you're used to seeing in Scorsese films. Because Scorsese likes to do a lot of things when it comes to tackling different genres. Like, he tackled the kids' movie genre with 2011's Hugo, which was incredible. Cape Fear, which was on the same lines as horror. This right here, I feel like he manages to know what he's doing when he's adapting something into a book, as this one basically focuses on the relationships between natives and Americans. And its storyline here, the way it's fleshed out, it really had me invested, and which is why it really made it feel like its 3 hour runtime was way shorter than that. One of the big reasons being the acting. Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, even Brendan Fraser's in the movie, which I didn't even see in the casting because I didn't really look at the full cast, but I know that he was in the movie. Who else? John Lithgow. Everyone. They're terrific. And they feel like they're playing real life people. There were scenes in the movie that just completely, wowed me. Like, oh man, Leo still knows how to act. And Robert De Niro, I feel like anything he does with Scorsese, it's automatically going to be a winner. And I really hope he gets an Oscar nomination because he was flubbed last time, and I don't know why. Pretty much him and Scorsese have a strong relationship, and the fact that he's still in his movies, it's amazing, knowing the fact that he'll still be in Scorsese films. Like, there was a time where I was all like, hey, your career was much better when you were in Scorsese. You were in The Irishman? Oh man, yep, like I said before, you're a lot better with Scorsese. Though it focuses a lot more on Leo than it does Robert, but hey, either way, all the performances all around, they're absolutely terrific. Lily Gladstone, I almost forgot to mention, is also terrific in the film. The way it is all fleshed out when it comes to the performances and the style of the film, from the cinematography. He manages to combine all this together just right, and when he just puts it out there, it feels like it manages to really pay off. There is more that I could say about the film, but I just don't want to give away spoilers here. You're just gonna have to watch the film for yourself. If you're a massive Scorsese fan like me, then chances are you'll definitely be satisfied with this one, because while his films are definitely really long, at least most of his newer ones are now, but that really doesn't bother me in the slightest, because he never manages to have a dull moment in his films. And when it seems like it's about to get to a dull moment, it doesn't manage to get that way. Because as long as he knows what to put in his films, as long as he knows what exactly is necessary for the film, as long as he knows exactly what to do in order to make film, like specific scenes, work, he manages to succeed in every single way, and I feel like he did the same way here. With him adapting a book into a full-length feature film, I feel like he really manages to knock it out of the park with this one. He is more than likely going to get more Oscar nominations for this, but he's probably not going to win anything, because though a lot of his movies do get nominated a lot, he rarely ever does, rarely does his films ever succeed at winning any Oscars. I mean, as far as I know, he's only won like one Oscar for Best Director, which is just absolutely depressing. I mean, he deserves like way more than that. In the end, guys, Killers of the Flower Moon did not disappoint in the slightest. It's a 3-hour-long storyline filled with terrific performances, incredible cinematography, some of the best work that Scorsese has done yet. I absolutely love The Irishman, and I still might like that film just a little bit more than this one, mainly because it had a little bit more of that Scorsese feeling to it, but I mean, this still has a great Scorsese feel to it, so it really doesn't matter. And not to mention, I almost forgot, this film was supposed to be a limited release, but at the last minute, they just said to make it a wide release, because it was supposed to be limited in theaters and go to Apple TV+, but then they just decided to give it a wider release. People do complain a lot, like cinema is dead and all that. Oppenheimer was a big hit, and I hope this manages to be a hit as well. Still, just go out and support this. Scorsese deserves your money, and it's truly one of the best cinematic achievements of the year. I know it's a cliche rating for me to give Scorsese, but I just really couldn't find a thing to like complain about or even nitpick. It's another fantastic work of art from Scorsese, and yeah. I don't know what there is else to say, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be playing the new Spider-Man game. I'm really looking forward to playing that, and I will have more Halloween-themed reviews out, hopefully before Five Nights at Freddy's comes out. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.